Okay, so okay, there is a chat. Okay, yes, sir. Okay, so augmented reality. Okay, what is augmented reality? So probably you guys already know this one, and then most of you are already, or most of us are already experiencing this one without realizing that it's actually augmented reality. Okay, so augmented reality, or in short, it's AR, is a term for real-world environment whose elements are augmented by computer-generated information. Okay, like for example, our uh, camera in our smartphone can be used for ARs already. Like for example, snapshot wherein there's an overlapping filter, or there's an overlapping, uh, let's say, uh, funny figures or funny faces. Okay, wherein it customize your face into, let's say, a frog, into a it could be anything actually, as long as there's an overlapping thing on that, let's see, camera, that's already augmented reality. Okay, so augmented reality is a result of using technology to superimpose information. Okay, so it could be anything. So, uh, don't get me wrong when it's the superimposing. So it could be sound. Okay, wherein in reality we're not really hearing that sound. Okay, it's coming from our, let's see, phone. Okay, so it most common of course is images. Okay, so if it's being superimposed into our camera, okay, or a text, that's already augmented reality. Okay, so picture the Minority Report on the Iron Man style of interactivity, like for example this one. So in reality, uh, this person, or this Iron Man, doesn't really have this one in reality. Okay, this one is coming from, let's say, in a big screen. Okay, wherein it feels like it's in front of here. Okay, parang nagiging three dimension, okay, or three dimension holograms yung nasa harapan niya. But in reality, it doesn't exist. Okay, so here's a reality versus augmented. So in reality, we don't have anything, but there is a superimposed picture. Okay, something like this. This one is already augmented pictures. Okay, or augmented, or digitally superimposed picture. So another thing when it comes to augmented reality is the position and orientation. So we can program this one. This position and orientation of user or target are necessary to superimpose objects precisely. Like for example, if it detects maybe the sky in the figure, so as you guys can see, this one is detecting that this is a person, and then the other pictures, let's say the red one, is just an object. Okay, so this one is actually super difficult. Like for example, this one has the same shape with the human, okay, but this is not a human since this is just a sculpture. Okay, so you must have a, let's see, additional sensor to detect that this one is a person and this one is just an object. Okay, and then more example of this one is on the geolocalization. Okay, so you can use augmented reality to picture out what's in front of this viewing angle. Okay, and then the things that it can see, let's say, for example, this building, that building, and so on and so forth. And then just by getting that data that it's being captured, maybe you can use that one to locate that location. Okay, so yeah, that's the techniques or the usage when it comes to augmented reality. Okay, so we call this one image recognition, and then the other one is geolocalization. Okay, so here's a short history. Okay, but I will not discuss all of them anymore. So let's just start from the uh, when was this one was founded. So this was founded at year 1968. So this was the first head-mounted ER display. And then this one became famous when Google, let's say the Google company, let's say supported or innovated more when it comes to augmented reality. So this one started the Google Glass, or Google technology, okay, wherein they have some applications that you can explore to experience this augmented reality. Okay, so that's way back 2014. And then this one was became famous way back 2018, 2017, but I don't know what happened. Suddenly, the augmented reality or the virtual reality doesn't prosper that much, maybe due to uh, some competencies. Like for example, our smartphone can be used for augmented reality as it's already has its own features. Like for example, if you're going to buy a 5,000 what do you call this one, binocular thing that you're going to use as your headset to experience this augmented reality, uh, we already have some lesser products, like for example using a cardboard. So I think dun yung para naging downfall nila. So instead of yung device na yun mismo, so gumamit na lang sila ng cardboard and then you can place there your smartphone and then you can use that one as your camera to capture some images, and then you can superimpose those images that's being captured. Okay, so I think kaya dahil hindi siya masyadong pumatok hanggang ngayon. Okay, dahil expensive. Okay, and then hanggang 2017 lang dito. But yeah, the most important thing pa rin here is when the Google uh, took over, or let's say innovated more when it comes to augmented reality, since mas naging kilala sila when Google started having more products with this one. Okay. All right, so let's go over with the short history 50 years ago when it comes to augmented reality. So when was augmented reality invented? So it's like I mentioned a while ago. So this was invented way back 1968 with this person, Ivan Sutherland. So this is a development of the first head-mounted display system. However, the term augmented reality wasn't coined until 1990 by Boeing researcher Tim Cottle. So even though the idea was already established way back 1968, okay, so the term augmented reality wasn't actually started from this year. Okay, they didn't, let's say, parang hindi nag-register sa mga tao na, ang tawag dito is augmented reality. Okay. So naging official lang, okay, this term augmented reality at year 1990. Okay. So by a Boeing researcher by and Team Caudle. Okay. So the technology has come a long way with a growing list of use cases of AR or augmented reality. So hanggang sa gumamit na rin yung NASA, okay, na gumamit sila ng mga simulations to immersive marketing experiences. Augmented reality makes tasks easier and definitely more fun. Okay, so marami pang ibang companies like Samsung, okay, LG. So actually, all of the companies parang inadapt nila tong technology na to, and then they apply this one somehow on their products. Okay. So during 1960s and 70s, so we already have this kind of setup. So this is the first head-mounted uh, augmented reality device. Okay, so ganito siya. Okay, so eto siguro yung si Mr. Ivan Sutherland. So hindi ko lang ma-search kung anong itsura niya. But this is the device that he created. Okay, so this person is a professor in Harvard and a computer scientist at the same time. And then he's the one who created this first head-mounted display, the Sword of Damocles. Okay, so I don't know where this one came from, but this is his uh, uh, the name of his invention. Okay, the Sword of Damocles. So yeah, pretty interesting. So the user experience computer-generated graphics that enhance their sensory perception of the world. Okay, so may mga wires pa to. So syempre, lahat pa noon is via wire, hindi pa to via Bluetooth or via Wi-Fi. Okay. So may mga malalaki pang mga wires yan. Ito, yung nasa likod niya. Okay. And then at 1974, Mr. Myron Kruger, okay, so started having a research when it comes to placing a video, okay, wherein he'll come up with this one wherein he'll be able to provide a video which is in silhouette, okay, so black and white. So para lang tong uh, like animation, but in reality, that person was actually moving, and then it's being uh, black and white by the device. Okay. So, ito yung parang ginagamit niya, parang meron siyang blackboard, okay, wherein para mas makapag-focus ka sa text, naging white na lang yung person, and then this one is his blackboard, wherein ito lang yung parang magiging focus mo. Okay, so parang ito yung ginamit nila for a way of teaching before. Okay. So we call this one interactive experience. Well, maybe for the first time, but sa ngayon, I think parang parehas na rin lang siya sa kung ano man yung meron tayo ngayon. Okay, ang meron lang dito is black and white. Okay, so parang may blackboard siya pero ngayon ang gamit natin is whiteboard. But anyway, so parang nagamit lang siya for uh, teaching, okay, way back 1974. If you want to check the video, so you can search this one, okay, or you can just copy this one and then check this on YouTube. Okay. And then 80s and 90s, so medyo ganun pa rin. Pero ito yung meron na tayong parang hologram, okay. Ito na yung parang nagiging reality na talaga yung nasa harapan natin. Like for example, this man, okay. So 1990, about yung researcher coined the term augmented reality, and then 1992, Louis Rosenberg, a researcher in the USAF Armstrong Research Lab, created virtual fixtures, okay, which was one of the first fully functional augmented reality systems. So though before yung 1968, meron ng idea, hindi pa siya ganun talaga kaganda. Okay, parang 2D pa rin lahat. Hanggang sa dumating itong year 1992, coming from this man, Louis Rosenberg. So he was able to create a complete hologram, a 3D hologram, okay, as you guys can see right here. So parang ito na yung dream come true ng augmented reality. Okay, so as you guys can see right here, I don't know how you call this one, pero parang shape siya ng cone, and then ayan, 3D siya na pwede niya sigurong paikot-ikutin with using those handle that he's holding right now. Okay? And then 1994, ito yung first na ginamit siya sa theater presentation. Okay? So Miss Julie Martin, okay, a writer and producer, brought augmented reality to the entertainment industry for the first time with theater production titled Dancing in Cyberspace. Okay, so mag-isa lang siya dito, pero the show featured acrobats dancing alongside projected virtual objects on the physical stage. So parang gumamit siguro sila ng napakalaking magandang screen wherein I don't know, maybe it seems real, okay, while she's dancing, para meron siyang kasama doon sa tabi niya. Okay, but in reality, it's just projected virtual objects. Okay, so this one was year 1994. And then 1998, so I don't know if you guys have already heard this one. So we have this so-called virtual first and 10 graphic system. So even me, since hindi kasi ako nagbe-baseball, this one actually came from uh, baseball ba to? Okay. Pero yata, sa pagkakaalala ko, baseball field to. And then we have this yellow yard marker. Okay? Wherein wala talaga to. Okay? Sa mga nanonood, meron ito pero sa physical world, wala talaga. Ang meron lang is itong blue line dito. Okay. So I don't know what is this one for. Okay. But if you guys would like to check the video, okay, so you can visit this one. Okay. So this one is uh, parang impose or superimpose a line on this video or on this picture. Okay, so the system is still used today, although admittedly more advanced than it was in the late 90s. Viewers have become accustomed to the yellow line marker and the other additional graphics. So most don't even know that this is a form of AR technology. Okay, and then we have here the parang first simulation, okay, na pwede kang ang tawag dito, mag-flight, okay, ng sarili mong jet or airplane. So 1999, NASA created a hybrid synthetic vision system of their X-38 spacecraft. And then the system leveraged AR technology to assist in providing better navigation during their test flights. Okay. So in reality, blanco lang talaga to, and then nagpa-practice sila. Okay. And then sinuperimpose lang nila yung screen mismo ng airplane na to. Okay, so while he or she is driving this airplane, so meron siya mga ito additional like infos. I don't know where are those four since hindi pa ako nakapagpalipad, and I think wala pa naman nakapagpalipad. Pero yeah, those are just superimposed pictures to help the pilot. Okay. So the augmented reality component displayed map data right on the pilot's screen. Okay. And year 2000, okay, Hirokazu Kato developed an open source software library called AR Toolkit. So until now, this one is still being used. Though marami na nadagdag, marami na ring nabago, and then marami na ring mga additional ibang libraries na ginagamit yun. Pero isa ito sa mga nauna. We call this one AR Toolkit. So this is a package helps other developers build augmented reality software programs. So the library uses video tracking to overlay virtual graphics on top of the real world. So kung gusto nyong aralin mismo about virtual reality or augmented reality, so this one library is a good library where you can start off. Okay, and then 2003, so we have this Sport Vision enhanced first and 10 graphics. So uh, etong 1990 na to. So they just enhanced that one, this first and 10 graphic to include the feature on the new Sky cam system. So providing viewers with an aerial shot of the field with graphics overlaid on top of it. And then 2009, Esquire magazine used augmented reality in print media for the first time in attempt to make the pages come alive. So ito, sobrang ganda nito, sobrang isa sa mga nakakabilib na augmented reality. So if you're interested, so please check this YouTube link. Okay, so you will see that just by placing your equipment, okay, let's say your device, and then you will see that this man, Mr. Robert Downey Jr., speaking to readers wherein hindi naman talaga siya nagsasalita. Okay, kasi picture lang naman siya. Pero pag tinapat mo na yung device mo or yung cellphone mo maybe, okay, then you will see that he is speaking on a three dimension. Napapaligiran siya ng mga letters, gumagalaw-galaw yung mga yan. So just check this one later on. So this is just a 1-minute video. And then 2013, so inadapt na rin siya ng Volkswagen. Isa sa mga company na nakita yung potential ng augmented reality. Okay. So we call this one mobile augmented reality technical assistance. So though hindi pa siya for driving, pero matutulungan niya yung mismong tao kapag let's say nagkaroon siya ng problema sa machine niya. So just by placing his phone on the manual, and then it will show him a step-by-step procedure on how to fix his car. Okay, so just check this video. This is just a 33-second video. Okay, just to show that they are using augmented reality to fix or to show the parts of his car. Okay, and then 2014, ito na yung parang naging famous na siya kasi parang big step na to, okay, mula sa napakaraming components, napakalaki na headphone or headset na nilalagay mo, okay, and then hanggang sa naging glass na lang siya. Okay, we call this one Google Glass. So it is a pair of augmented reality glasses that users could wear for immersive experience. Okay, so ganyan lang siya kalit, and then merong mga nasusuperimpose na images maybe for navigations like Google Maps, Google Plus, and then any other applications that you can access using this device. Okay. And then 2016, parang nag-start na rin yung Microsoft. So this is also one big company. So I would see that they beat this one, okay, this Google Glass. Okay, so mas okay, mas maraming features at ang HoloLens. So this one is much more bulkier, but this one has much more features. Okay, mas advanced siya sa Google Glass, okay, way back 2014. So ang disadvantage nito is super pricey siya. So that's one thing when it comes to the product of Microsoft. But yeah, if you're a technology enthusiast, so why not? So this is a good investment, to experience augmented reality or virtual reality. Okay, so the headset runs on Windows 10 and is essentially a wearable computer. It also allows users to scan their surroundings and create their own AR experiences. Okay, so again, for the video, I'll just visit this link right here. And then 2017, isa to sa mga big application. So sa mga magandang application na nagawa. Okay, so introducing to you the IKEA place that changed the retail industry forever. So for example, meron kang blank room and then you wanted to imagine what you can buy and then what you can place on that specific site. Okay, like for example, in here you could place a bench, you could place here a refrigerator or anything. Okay, so pwede mong gamitin tong application nila IKEA Place. Okay, wherein you can rotate, you can move, or you can maybe find a smaller device to fit that specific application or device on that, or appliances. Okay, or ano pa ba, mga ang tawag natin sa mga benches, basta yung mga yun, yung mga bench, mga upuan, mga tables, furnitures, okay, yung mga yan. So you can test it on their application. So this app allows customers to virtually preview their home decor options before actually making a purchase. Okay? So hindi ko alam kung bakit hindi siya ginagamit ng karamihan yan. Pero this is one good thing. We just with the use of your smartphone, pwede mong parang ma-imagine yung tamang placement or tamang laki nung gamit na bibilhin mo. Okay, so I hope someone will try to reinvent this one again, since I think hindi siya pumatok. I don't know what happened, but yeah, just visit this link right here, and then you will see that this one is one of a good application that they've created. Okay, and then the future of augmented reality. So hanggang ngayon, as we became increasingly dependent on our mobile devices, the adoption of augmented reality technology will begin to rise. AR software advances will be the way forward, as the overwhelming majority of consumers have a smartphone and already take it out everywhere with them, so making it a convenient medium to bring AR to nearly every consumer. So just like what I mentioned a while ago, the truth is augmented reality is already used by everyday consumers, by us. They just don't know it, or we are not just maybe aware of it. Okay, AR still seems to be misconstructed, or misconstrued rather, as to high tech, which is not hindi na talaga siya high tech ngayon, kasi lahat na ng tao na-access na 'tong augmented reality. Okay? So this one is example of augmented reality. So wala naman talaga 'to, so na-superimpose lang siya nung I think they call this one snapshot. So yun, yung may overlapping pictures wherein 'pag gumalaw ka susunod din yun, and then kapag dumila ka yun, hahaba yung dila mo like you're like a dog. So parang ganito. Okay, and then additionally, augmented reality hardware is still behind the times. So that's maybe one reason why hindi siya na masyadong nag-prosper dito sa in our technologies, in the world of technologies right now. So that being said, there is a big opportunity for the development of a practical augmented reality headset. So I think kapag nakapag-create na siguro ng super high-tech na headset, like it's just a normal glass. Okay, so parang wala lang, okay, gamit lang siya for everyday, pero in reality it charges itself, and then it has a small chip where it can run this augmented reality or virtual reality, and then but then that's maybe the time that this technology will come in handy. Okay, though wearable tech is slowly becoming the norm. Okay, and as this trend continues, people might be more receptive to AR hardware. So the adaptation of AR tech has to start with the software applications to meet the consumer where they currently are. So to be honest, hanggang ngayon puro software applications lang actually with the use of smartphone. Ayun na lang or wala mismo mag-a-avail kapag may kasama na siyang ah, tawag dito, parang like for example, in order for you to use this software, you have to buy their product first. There's a headset of them. Okay, so wala masyado nag invest doon kasi nga hindi naman nila ginagamit yun araw-araw, and yun na nga, pricey, and then pang mayaman lang. And then mostly yung mga software na magagamit nila is hindi pa gano'n ka-perfect. Okay, so mangilan-ngilan pa lang, hindi katulad nung sa cellphone, maya't maya maraming pakulo, maya't maya mas gumaganda, mas bumibilis. Okay? So, medyo kokonti pa lang yung developer, okay, ng si hardware and software when it comes to augmented reality. So AR systems have the following three characteristics. So alam niyo na to. First, it combines real and virtual objects in a real environment, and then it is interactive in real time. Okay, but of course with the help of other sensors. Okay, and then it registers or aligns real and virtual objects with each other. Okay, so ito na yung mga example ng AR experiences. So yung nilalaro nyo, okay, na Pokemon, maybe kung nalaro nyo to dati. So nakita ko lang to dati. This one uh, looks amazing actually. Pero I don't know, maybe delikado siya kasi yung iba pumupunta pa sa gubat, pumupunta pa sa mismong gitna ng road para lang mahuli yung Pokemon na yun. Okay? So, this is an example of augmented reality. I think until now, meron pa rin tong laro na to. Okay. So, you should try this one if you want to experience a game which has a technology of augmented reality. Okay. And then this one is a PC with a camera wherein nagkakaroon siya ng mga grids wherein it's saying that this is a road. And then this kind of color, it detected that this one is a human. Okay. And then maybe the pink one, as you guys can see right here, this one is a trolley. Okay. This one is an object. So the same with this one. The pink one, this one is a trolley. Trolley. A bicycle, which is also detected as an object. Okay. And then this one is an example of head-mounted display. So maybe this one is not moving right now, but in her field of view, this one is maybe dancing or moving. Okay. So in order to benefit from it, you need a dedicated device. So a laptop or computer. So I'm pretty sure that you guys already have this one. And then handheld like smartphone or tables. So I'm pretty sure that you guys also already have this one. And then head-mounted device. So, ito yung nagiging problema. So, pwede naman kayong bumili ng mga chip. Kaso nga lang, dapat ma-maximize mo yung usage ng head-mounted device mo. Like, hindi mo lang siya gagamitin for 1 week kasi kung gano'n yung mangyari, sayang yung pera. Kaya siguro yun yung isa sa mga reason kung bakit wala masyadong into augmented reality since you'll be needing this kind of object. Okay, so the same with smart glasses, which is much more expensive. And then, dagdagan mo pa ng mga kailangan mong, let's see, sensors like gesture-based solution like Kinect or Leap Motion para malaman niyang nag-move ka talaga. Okay, or let's say, if you want to implement a certain game, so of course, you need a handler. Okay, like yung dalawang hawak-hawak ng device for you to be able to, let's say, maybe shoot or to jump. Okay, those kind of things. Okay, so time check, still have 3 minutes left. Okay, let's maximize our time. Okay, and then this is an example of a head-mounted display. Okay, so alam na alam niyo to, this is like a helmet wherein meron siyang glass in front of it. So you can have a monocular HMD or a binocular HMD. So monocular, of course, having one lens only. Binocular having two lenses for your eye. And then we have the basic ones, which is a cardboard. So I think sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, just by using your cardboard and then using a mono lens, I mean a monocular, okay, HMD, which is using the cardboard and then a smartphone. So parang meron ka ng augmented reality din. Okay? And then meron din tayong V-Rays, okay, na parang counterpart ng cardboard that you can use for your smartphone. Okay, and then here are the things that you can buy, okay, that is available today for the head-mounted devices. So Carl Zeiss or Zeiss VR1 Plus, HTC Vive, Microsoft HoloLens, Oculus VR brought by Facebook, Samsung Gear VR. So ito yung parang lagi yung nakikita. I don't know, maybe they are one of the most uh, affordable, okay, VR that we can buy in the market right now. Then we have Sensix invented the smart goggles, Sony PlayStation VR, and then Sulon Technologies. So I think may mga nadagdag pa, mas marami ng available head-mounted displays nowadays. Okay. So ito yung sinasabi kong Google Cardboard. So just by having a cardboard and then place there your smartphone, you can already experience augmented reality. Just like the same with this HMDs right here. This one is just a practical way or cheaper way in doing it. Okay. So ito na yung mga head-mounted devices wherein they have their own displays like this one, and then that one. So compared to this cardboard, this one is like maybe 100 pesos only. You just need this strap wherein you can plus yung foam pala, okay, yung cotton dito para hindi masakit sa mukha. So maybe 100 pesos more or less, and then pwede kang pumulot ng kahit anong karton meron yan sa bahay nyo, and then gawa ka lang neto, and then voila, you already have your own cardboard augmented reality device. Okay, so this one of course mas mahal na itong mga to. Okay, and then we have smart glasses. So this is an optical head-mounted display, or we call this one OHMD, okay, reflecting a projected image as well as allowing the user to see through it. So alam nyo na to, itong mga ganito. Okay, and then those are example of smart glasses. Anyway, so since we don't have enough time anymore, I will just continue the rest on the part 2. So goodbye for now, and then see you guys later. Okay, so let us wait a little bit more for the others. So while waiting, do you guys have a question so far?
Sir, may isang question po.
Yes.
Sir, since virtual reality yung sa topic natin, sir, naku-curious lang kasi ako, sir, kung considered ba or related ba yung holographic images sa AR?
Mm, actually, no. Since it's being provided by the other devices. Kapag sinabi kasi natin augmented reality, so nasa-superimpose siya gamit yung nakikita natin. Like for example, merong glass dito. Okay, like kita nyo ba yung screen ko? Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, like for example, this one, if there is a glass and then ito nakikita nyo dito ngayon, so that's augmented reality. Pero kapag wala yung glass, tapos merong holographic, let's say, anything that's being uh, na projected doon, uh, holographic na siya, picture na siya, or holographic image na siya. Okay. So matatawag lang natin siyang augmented or virtual kapag meron kayong suot na device. Okay, using a glass, kaya ito na siguro yung pinakamaliit na factor na pwede natin isuot to experience augmented or virtual reality. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Alright, so I think most of you are already in here. So I think kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, this would be the perfect thing or device that let's say Google or Microsoft or any other big companies out there that needs to perfect. Okay? So kapag meron siguro tayo nito, I think tapos mura pa, I think magiging napakalaking selling point ng augmented reality sa buong mundo. Okay, like imagine without you looking on your smartphone, okay, you can check your map. Like for example, on the right side you have your map right here, and then on the left side it will navigate you. You going right or going left, and then how many meters left before on that specific turning point. Okay, so mga ganun. And then the same with this one. Like for example, you don't know the price of that object, but having this kind of glass, you will see that this one is worth $89. Okay. So hindi though di man siya matching, okay. So hindi siya nagma-match doon sa background, pero parang ganun yung gusto niyang sabihin. Okay, dito. So you can already see the price of that thing in here. And then on the right side, maybe some uh, parang basic interface that you can have, like the date, the time, and then maybe some of your applications. And then I don't know what is this one for, but maybe you can do some or you can check some applications on your right side. So something like those. And then here are the example of smart glasses. Okay, so napakarami. Just check them out. And then we have here gesture based solution. So ito rin yon. Ito siguro yung pinakamalaking uh, pagsubok pagdating sa augmented reality. So if we wanted it to make interactive experience as possible, right? So dapat kapag suot mo to, like you can just easily, parang swipe to air. Okay, you can touch, you can scroll, you can swipe, you can pick. Okay, you can maybe zoom out. Okay, so once we have this kind of technology, then maybe AR is going to become a big deal when it comes to our technology. Okay. So, wala pa kasi. Okay. Though meron naman ng iba, pero hindi pa siya fully developed. Okay. So, marami nagsasabi na ito is via a virtual remote control. Okay, you can type via a virtual keyboard. Though, mas marami pa rin pinipili yung naahawakan kasi. Like, it's not satisfying if you're typing on your keyboard and then you're not feeling that you are touching that uh, let's say anong tawag dito, key buttons or yung keystroke or basta yung mga ito mga nasa buttons natin sa keyboard. Okay, well anyway, so yeah, all those gesture based solution. And then we have here ER applications. Okay, ER is used in many fields such as, of course, marketing, travel navigation, maintenance and repair, entertainment, medical, education, etc. So as you guys can see, wala pang games dito. Pero mostly sa travel navigation siya nagagamit. I don't know, but this one is most useful when it comes to traveling since yun na nga, parang mas malaking tulong kapag hindi ka natitingin sa cellphone mo kapag natingin sa mapa. Okay, pero kapag sa games, mas marami pa rin nag-e-enjoy, okay, gamit lang yung normal smartphone or normal na PC instead of having a virtual reality or augmented reality. Okay, and then ito yung sinasabi kong key augmented reality. Like here, wala talagang people dyan, but you can uh, let's say see, okay, how does it really look like in that placemat, okay, sa puting ito. Okay, so you can maybe turn, you can change color maybe. Okay, and you can maybe choose another furnitures or ano pa ba, or kung ano man yung mga binebenta doon na meron supported neto. Okay, and then we have this penguin nappy. So this is one fun for say enjoy, nakaka-enjoy, enjoying application to use. So this one is Penguin Navi Route or Route Guide app. Okay, so in here you just need to follow, okay, those penguins. Like for example, sinet nyo yung uh, place nyo where you wanted to go. Let's say for example Jollibee. Okay, so i-open nyo lang yan and then kailangan nyo lang sundan yung mga penguin. Okay, so just check this one out. So this one is a good application. So nakaka-intriga. Wala talagang penguin doon sa harapan. Okay. Pero, ayun, kailangan nyo lang sundan to and then ihahatid kayo ng penguin dun sa destination nyo. Okay? And then, ito yung sinasabi ko for cars or any repair, okay, that you'll be needing. For example, this one is, I don't know what this one's, let's see, a machine, okay? So, gamit yung augmented reality, okay? So, this one can solve how to maybe fix the problem that you're looking for. Let's say, may hinahanap kang components, hindi mo mahanap, and then just place maybe this one. Okay, as long as this one is supported by augmented reality, then you can easily identify that this one is the device that you are looking for. Okay, so procedures of maintenance is shown by video and 3D animation. Well, not enough information, but anyway, this one is for troubleshooting your machine. Okay, and then we have here for educational. Okay, so we have this paper wherein you just need to maybe use your application and then place it in front of this picture right here, and then those pictures will become alive. Like for example, this one. Okay, so ito yung drawing mo, and then parang pupunta siya mismo dito sa background na to. Okay, like it's a moving fish. Okay, and then another educational app right in this one is EDED Triceratops. Okay, pero pag ginamitan mo siya ng ER. So it's like alive, okay, in front of your uh, cell phone. Okay, realistic picture. And then more applications for medication. So ito, pwede kayong mag-demo. Okay, like for example, this is a holographic view of patient's internal anatomy, okay, which are reconstructed from CT or MRI. And then ER allows for more advanced preoperative imaging studies. Okay, and then we have here the interactive ER with motion controller. So ito na yung gumagamit tayo ng, I don't know, maybe for uh, uh, dance pa yun, yung sumasayaw, I don't know, sa Xbox pa yun. And meron siyang device na ginagamit wherein suot mo lang to and then makikita mo yung sarili mo na sumasayaw din maybe. And then at the same time, may mga kasama ka sa paligid mo, but they are not really physically around you. Okay? So, yeah, as long as meron ka nung device na yon, okay, or yung sensor na yon, I don't know what that sensor is, pero yeah, so you can already use that one for entertainment. And then we have here, ano pa ba? So I don't know where this one is for, but this one seems this one, pero ang nadidetect niya lang yata is the skeletal part, but that's something like that. Okay, wherein it's detecting that you are in front of that device, and then maybe if you move, this one will also move. This is skeletal thing. And then the other thing is the 3D clothes are superimposed on a user. So ito, punta ka lang sa harapan and then maybe with the help of a big screen, so it will superimpose your body wherein you can choose this maybe clothes and then masusuperimpose yun sa katawan mo. And then you can test if it's good on your body, okay, maybe, or on your color tone. So, though hindi siya ganun ka-perfect, pero at least meron, di ba? And then, we have this virtual shooting game. So, I don't know if meron ng official na larong ganito. So, I think this one would be very, very interesting. Okay, so imagine wala naman talagang tao sa harapan, pero just by navigating precisely, okay, you will see that there are some monster or zombies in front of you. Okay, or of course sa harapan lang ng cellphone mo, pero sa in real world wala talaga. Okay, and then we have here development tools for or of ER application. So you can use as a bar, waking up, wikitude, or asthma or a liar. I think mas marami pa ngayon. So it says here previews, a programming skill was required to develop a ER app. But right now, programming skill is not required because some development tools enables us to create application. So para siguro siyang drag and drop na lang. So I have an experience creating a augmented reality app or virtual reality app. But I think mas madali na lang yan. Okay? Like for example, this one. So this one is an application, okay, created on a smartphone wherein using a card, okay, using a card, you can uh, parang lalabas mismo doon. So I think this one is ideal for Yu-Gi-Oh games. Okay, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one, yung may mga cards. And then yun. So instead of having a card only, okay, so lalabas mismo yung monster or yung character niyo dun sa card. Like for example, this one. Okay. So napakagandang laro nun kung sakaling magiging totoo. Though wala pa talaga yatang gumagawa since I think hindi siya ganun kadaling gawin for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's easy, maybe it's no. So you can use AR Toolkit. Okay, you can use Google AR Core. You can use Apple AR Kit. Okay, Max. So marami pa. Wikitude, kagaya ng na-mention dito kanina. Ito. And so on and so forth. So napakaraming tools for you to be able to develop a augmented reality application. Okay, oops. So in conclusion, AR is already available technology. So with the use of a smartphone, PC, and any other device that you can think of. And then many kinds of application is published. Okay, so for example, yung mga application na pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, and then yung games na Pokemon. So official na rin yan. And then ER has many potential for use of learning, like for medical operation and then drawing picture. So I don't know if you guys have already watched uh, the Good Doctor. So yung isang doctor doon, si Mr. Shan, nag-practice siya na mag-opera. I don't remember anymore, but he used the technology of augmented reality, okay, to practice on uh, let's see, ano bang tawag doon? Hindi naman totoong pasyente, a dummy patient, okay, where it's not a real patient, and then pinag-practicean yun, and then with the help of augmented reality. Okay, and then creating AR content has become easy. And then here's the reference for my uh, slide shares. Okay, so three websites. And then that's it for the augmented reality. So, any questions so far? Hello, hello.
None, sir.
Okay, so if you guys don't have a question anymore, then let's now proceed to the next module, which is the virtual reality. So let's make this one real quick, since once you've learned augmented reality, this one is much more easier to understand, since virtual reality is a lesser technology. Okay, I would say that this one is a lower technology than augmented reality. Okay, so what is virtual reality? Virtual reality refers to a high-end user interface that involves real-time simulation and interactions through multiple sensorial channels. So why VR is able to immerse you in a computer-generated world of your own making. Let's say a room, a city, the interior of human body. And then with VR, you can explore any uncharted territory of the human imagination. So to make it short, you're the one who's creating everything. Okay, so in augmented reality, you need the environment, okay, for you to maximize that technology. But in virtual reality, you're the ones creating your own environment. You're the ones creating the objects in front of you, okay, and then everything that is moving, everything that you will see is coming from computer generated thing. Okay, so lahat artificial. So let's just have a brief history. So this one was actually started way back 1950s. So we had a flight simulators were built by US Air Force to train student pilots. So ito pala yung sinasabi ko kanina. Okay, hindi pala siya augmented reality. So when it comes to practicing pilots to drive or before let's say flighting, okay, a real airplane, okay, or jet. So you have to use this flight simulator. So you're going to use virtual reality, okay, and then you'll practice in there. And then 1965, so they were able to develop this ultimate display. Okay, so this is uh, a research program for computer graphics. Okay, I don't know where the one the where the one where they've used this one. Okay, but this one is an ultimate display. Maybe uh, they are saying that before this one is already the ultimate display, just like having a so parang nagumpisa kasi tayo sa TV, right? Let's see, mga TV. So maliit hanggang sa palaki ng palaki, hanggang sa parang ang gustong mangyari ng tao, lahat na nakikita natin is pure the screen. Let's see, sabihin na natin cinema. Pero hindi pa rin siya enough eh. May nakikita ka pa rin obstacle sa gilid mo. Okay? So, they call this one ultimate display. Maybe kasi kahit saan ka lumingon, okay, you can see that it's like you are in there in that movie itself. Okay, so parang a 360 degree vision. Okay, so that is why maybe they call this one the ultimate display. So though hindi ko pa alam kung saan siya nagamit dati, hindi ko na search, maybe for a movie, maybe that's one uh, probability, or pwedeng sa game mismo. Okay, so habang naglalaro ka, so para kang nandun mismo sa laro. And then 1988, a commercial development of VR began. So hindi pa talaga siya masyadong nai-introduce. sa mga tao dati. Hanggang sa dumating yung 1988, hanggang sa meron na siyang mga commercials. And then 1991, first commercial under in VR system virtuality was released. Okay, and then today's current virtual reality of gear owes a depth of gratitude to the pioneering inventors of the past 6 decades who paved the way for the low-cost, high-quality devices which are easily accessible. So be sure to visit the VR flight simulators at the Franklin Institute to experience a virtual environment yourself. So sa lugar na mismo to, sa Franklin Institute. So hindi natin mapupuntahan to since sa ibang bansa ito. Anyway, so we have here the types of VR systems. So we have the WoW or the Windows on World, and then we have the immersive VR, which is the common one. Okay, kung ano man yung meron tayo ngayon using the head-mounted display, we call that one immersive VR. And then we have here the tele presence. Okay, let's start with WoW first, or Windows on World. So this one is also called desktop VR. So using conventional computer monitor to display the 3D virtual world. Actually, yung nasa harapan nyo ngayon, yan na yun. Windows on World niyan. We call that one WoW or desktop VR. Okay. And then immersive VR is a completely immersed the user's personal viewpoint inside the virtual 3D world. So of course, with the use of those devices. Okay, so ito talaga yung full experience when it comes to VR. And then the user has no visual contact with the physical world and often equipped with a head-mounted display. Okay, and then the last one is telepresence. So this is a variation of visualizing complete computer-generated worlds, and then links remote sensors in the real world with senses of a human operator, and then the remote sensors might be located on a robot, useful for performing operations in dangerous environments. So kung dito, parang ikaw lang gumagalaw mismo. Sa telepresence, parang pwede kang i-imitate, okay, or i-generate mo yung movement mo sa isang robot. Like for example, this one. So, ito lang yung meron sa'yo mismo. Okay, isosot mo lang yung arm na to. And then, whatever is your movement in here, so it will be the same movement on this robotic arm. So, helpful to, lalo na sa mga dangerous places na pwedeng puntahan ng robot. So, maybe sa volcanoes, sa, let's see, maliliit na lagusan. Okay, so you can use this one. Okay, this telepresence VR. And then a VR example. So correction, this one is augmented. Uh, this one is virtual. Okay, example. So in here, parang magkakaroon ka ng sarili mong picture of your own car, and then parang same lang siya na augmented reality, but of course with complete out of vision on the back of it, okay, or in front of it. So gamit lang yung virtual reality. Okay, and then we have this one, distributed VR. So hanggang ngayon, marami nang gumagawa nito. So ito yung parang unang-unang simulation ng, let's say, nagdadrive ka ng kotse. Okay, so ito talaga siya. And then, parang dinagdagan mo pa ng background na ganito. Okay, so ganyan yung nakikita mo sa paligid mo. Though ganito lang naman talaga siya, plain white lang naman. And then, meron ka rin mga, I don't know what you call this one, this hand uh, motion sensor wherein nadidetect niya kung ginagalaw mo na ba to, and so on and so forth. And then, as a result, you will have this one. Okay, so wala naman talagang babae doon. Okay, and then you can, it's like you're driving a car, okay, in reality. So parang ganun. Since meron ka namang hinahawakan na steering wheel, and then you have your own, I don't know what you call that one, para sa cambio, sa primera, segunda, and then maybe sa preno, and then sa gas. Okay, and you can have a complete experience using virtual reality. Okay, and then we have this head-mounted display. So kung ano yung meron kanina sa augmented reality, of course we also have that one in head-mounted display. It's just that of course the vision is not going to pass through, okay, on this. So sarado lahat to since yung vision nyo is nanggagaling lahat sa loob. Okay, so siya mismo yung magja-generate. Okay, and then lahat-lahat ng naririnig mo, nakikita mo, is just uh, artificial only. Okay, so they are not real. And then we have here the binocular omnipresence orientation. So, ganun pa rin naman siya. Isusot mo pa rin siya pero mas malaki siya. So this one is a head-coupled stereo scopic display device. So this one uses CRT to provide high-resolution display. So it says here that this one is convenient to use and then fast and accurate build and tracking. Pero I think walang gumagamit na itong boom na to since medyo malaki siya. Pero I think useful siya in some situations maybe. But mostly, when you say virtual reality or augmented reality, parang ito na yun, complete package na siya. Okay. And then we have this key, automatic virtual environment. So this key right here is this room, okay, wherein it's enclosed by three uh, let's see, walls. Okay, so this one provides solution of immersion by projecting stereo images on the walls and floor of a room size cube. So wala naman talaga nasa paligid. Let's say maybe you could say that this is a simulation game wherein you can enter to this room wherein this is your maybe your uh, bedroom, okay, or any room that you can think of. Okay. So, perfect to kapag meron kayong mga simulation games wherein, let's say, haunted games. Papasok ka, maglalakad ka, you can touch that thing. But of course, some of them are just super imposed. Okay. And then, one difficult thing in here. So, dapat alam mo kung saan mismo yung placement ng tao. Kung nasan ka na ba, malapit ka na ba sa wall, okay, malayo ka pa ba? And so on and so forth. Since hindi mo nga nakikita yung nasa paligid mo. It's just purely virtual uh, pictures. Okay? So a head tracking system continuously adjusts stereo projection to the current position of the leading viewer. And then we have here the yung sinasabi kong kanina sa kamay. Okay, we call that one data glove. Okay, so this one is outfitted with sensors on the fingers as well as an overall position or an orientation tracking equipment. So, bawat galaw mo, let's say, kapag ito, siguro ginalaw mo tong pointy finger mo, madidetect yun ng system because, I don't know, maybe may stretch tong wire na to, okay? Or kung ano man yung sensor na nagdi-detect niyan. Okay? Since hindi pa ako nakasubok ng isa, okay, and then how those sensors work. So, yeah, it can detect that kind of motion. Okay, so it enables natural interaction with virtual objects by hand gesture recognition. And then we have your control devices. So control virtual objects in 3 dimension. So for example, meron kang pipindutin sana sa virtual reality room mo. So of course, may kailangan mo na mga physical control devices. So this is an example of a control devices. So dapat na hawakan mo siya of course, okay, using your hand, and then just by clicking that one and then let's say mag-open yung room, okay, or kung ano man yung mga magagawa mo dun sa object na yun, okay, depending on how you program this control device. Okay, and then we have here the technologies for the software. So mostly we have this language C or C++. So meron din tayong C Sharp and then Java. Okay, but mostly ang ginagamit nila is C or C++. Okay, so kahit ano doon, and you can use those. Depende na lang sa availabilities ng libraries. Okay, and then we have here authoring system. So complete programs with graphical interfaces for creating worlds without resorting to detailed programming. And then the last one, so meron tayong mga softwares dito wherein we can program, okay, using this uh, programming libraries. So we have a freeware which is called the multiverse. So I haven't checked this one yet. So if you guys have this kind of device and then you would like to, explore more about virtual reality, so we can check this software package which is called the multiverse. So this is just a free application, and then we have Virtual Reality Studio, which is will cost you $100. We have Sense 8, which will cost you $1,000, and then Autodesk, which is over $1,000. Okay, so I think marami pang iba dyan na libre din, and then marami pang iba na paid applications wherein you can create virtual reality software. And then we have here the VRML. So VRML is a virtual reality modeling language. So this is the standard language for interactive simulation within the World Wide Web. Okay, so kung connected yung application mo sa sa internet and or website, then ito dapat yung gamitin mo, VRML. So it allows to create virtual worlds network via the internet and hyperlink with the World Wide Web. Okay, so VR models can be viewed by Netscape or IE with a browser plugin. Okay, so here's the architecture of VR system. So of course, meron tayong input processor dito. So input processor could be anything. So it could be your mouse, could be your keyboard, as long as it's an input device. Okay, and we have here a simulation processor. So how will it process the things that you put in there? So for example, pag click mo yung right click mouse mo, maybe mag-open yung door. Okay, pag click mo yung left click, let's see, pwedeng babaril siya. Okay, it will shoot someone. So depending on your program. Okay, and then the rendering processor, of course, will output. Okay, the kung for example, right click is to open the door, it will open the door, and then left click is to shoot someone, and some bullets will come out to your gun, maybe. Okay, so parang mga ganun. So we have here the input processor. So just like what I mentioned a while ago, so this could be a keyboard, mouse, a 3D position trackers, or even a voice recognition system. And then we have here the processor. So this is the core of a VR system. So this one takes the user inputs along with any task program into the world and determine the actions that will take place in the virtual world. So depende na kung anong action yung ilalagay nyo doon. So depende sa program na gagawin nyo. Okay? And then the last one that will render everything, okay, that you put in there, and then after processing it. So ano yung makikita natin? So it could be visual, could be auditory or haptic or other sensory systems. Okay. And then we have here the world database, which is we can just say that this is a cloud or any storage that you can uh, access the let's say yung object, okay, yung images or yung code mismo, okay, that you are going to render on your VR system. Okay, and then we have here the some applications, okay, or yung naman tawag dito for entertainment. Okay, so mostly of course sa movie. So yung tinatawag natin the ultimate display, since lahat ng vision mo is meron. Okay? And maybe for games, though marami ng games na nagawa dyan, pero kailangan mo pa rin ng napakagandang sensor or napakagandang hardware. So, medyo rare yung ganitong setup for games. But yeah, still possible. Pero medyo expensive nga lang. Okay, and then for medicine, seeing with augmented reality, it's just that in here, uh, your complete vision is coming from your device itself. Okay, and then for manufacturing, so you can easily create a prototype maybe just by having this device. Though this one is still not put into reality, since vision lang kasi meron tayo eh. Unless meron ka ng complete, let's see, devices for hands, for the things around you that you can maybe get that one, and then parang Iron Man. Okay, so imagine nyo na lang yung sa parang sa Iron Man kanina sa augmented reality. So parang ganun. Okay, so pwede siyang bumuo ng robot. Okay, and then bahala na siya kung ano yung mga pwede niyang gawin doon. Pero kagaya ng sabi ko, medyo mahirap siyang gawin. Okay, considering that this one is mostly for viewing only. Okay, medyo mahirap gawin yung mga sensors or yung mga kakailanganin natin para makapag-create ka ng complete laboratory mo. Okay, and then we have here some applications for education and training. So we have the most common for the driving simulators, flight simulators, ship simulators, and then tank simulators. Okay, so flight simulators mostly dito siya ginagamit. And then driving simulators pwede rin. ship simulators, pwede rin I think, pero hindi siya ganun kagamit na gamit. And then tank simulators, pwede rin naman kung gusto mo mag-drive ng tank. But when it comes to real world, ito talaga siya. Dito siya na-apply sa flight and then driving simulators. Okay. Ito nga rin pala ay yung sinasabi kong handheld device. So maliban sa gloves, we also have this one too. Hindi ko alam kung ilang buttons yung meron, but I think there's only two. One for the left and then one for the right. So, one action for the left and then one action for the right. So, depende yun sa mismong program kung para saan ba siya. Okay, maybe this one is to hold, this one is to move, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here are the current problems and future work. So, ito yung mga problema natin, of course, cyber sickness or simulator sickness. So, baka meron yung mga ibang tao, let's say, nagkakaroon sila ng simulator sickness. Okay, para silang nalulula or nahihilo. Okay, and slow fidelity, magastos, lack of integration between application packages since hindi pa siya fully developed talaga when it comes to real world applications. And then the good thing about this one is it's high fidelity system, cost saving, collaborative, and then high level contact between participants in distributed VR. So as you guys can see right here, medyo contradicting siya. So it says here low fidelity and then expensive, okay, at the same time. And then it says here high fidelity and then cost saving at the same time. So depende na to mismo sa paggagamitan nyo. Okay? So we could say that yes, it's cost saving, okay, in some cases, lalo na sa flight simulation. And then at the same time, it's expensive kasi kakailanganin mo ng mga additional hardwares and then equipments. Okay, so uh, ganun na lang para masabi natin 50-50 siya. So, expensive in some cases and then cost saving in some cases. Okay, so as a summary, visualization of complicated large data is helpful for understanding and analysis. So VR offers us a new way to interact with computer. So VR enables us to experience the virtual world that is impossible in real world. And then lastly, virtual reality is changing our life. Eventually, VR will increasingly become a part of our life. So if you're planning to create an application on virtual reality, so you might want to check Unity for virtual reality. So dito maraming mga pre-made, okay, na packages. So ilo-load mo na lang, pwede mong i-modify, pwede mong baguhin in your own preference. Okay. So as long as you have the device itself, yung mismong head-mounted display. Okay, so you can create some applications using the Unity. Okay. So try to explore this one. And then marami tayong tutorials sa YouTube. So yun nga lang, hindi ko mapakita, hindi nyo rin magawa sa ngayon since wala tayo nung hardware. So that's one problem uh, for us right now sa akin and then as you guys as a student. Unless you are willing to spend some money to buy that device and then you can start exploring on how to create virtual applications. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the VR. So again, we don't have enough time anymore and then we still have one more module. So 13 slides na lang to. So mabilis na lang siguro to mamaya. So goodbye for now and then see you guys later. So we can discuss the MR or mixed reality. Okay, so hello again. So mas lalo pang lumakas yung ulan. So I hope my voice is still clear. Anyway, so do you guys have a question so far with the virtual reality? Questions? All right. Okay, so this will be really, really quick only, since once you've learned augmented reality and then the virtual reality, just combine them and then that's already it. So whatever technology we have in augmented and then whatever technology we have in virtual reality, that's the mixed reality, or they call MR. So what is mixed reality? So it's merging real world and virtual worlds at the same time. So physical and visual objects coexist and interact in real time. Okay. So it is a result of blending the physical world with the digital world, and then more explanations with it. And then the term mixed reality originated or was originally introduced in 1994 by a 1994 paper by Paul Milgram and Fumio Kishino. Okay, with this book right here. Excuse me. A taxonomy of mixed reality visual displays. So uh, it also includes environmental input, spatial sound, and location. Okay, so this one, dito din discuss Mr. Paul Milgram and then Mr. Fumio Kishino about virtuality continuum. So this one focuses on taxonomy, applied to displays, okay, etc., etc. And then here are the differences of each other, the VR, ER, and then MR. So virtual reality isn't the real world, but instead a simulation that draws the user into virtual reality. Then augmented reality is parts of the real world being overlapped so that you are able to use parts of both, unlike MR, which is mixed reality rather than an overlap. So in here, mixed reality uses the technology of the digital world to enable it to coincide with the real world. Okay, so let me show to you guys later on the devices that's being used. But right now, here's the VR. So it's completely digital environment. Okay, just like what I mentioned a while ago, it's fully enclosed synthetic experience with no sense of the real world. Okay, so everything is coming from this display. And then augmented reality is the combination of the real world and then your superimposed picture. Okay, and then mixed reality is similar with virtual reality at first, but this one has a camera. Okay, wherein this one is capturing whatever is in front of you, and then it will be processed. Okay, and then with the use of augmented reality, so you can also superimpose some objects or pictures in front of it. Okay, so ito, tagos, nakikita mo yung nasa likod, augmented reality, kasi since kailangan mo talaga yung real environment. Ito, enclosed, wala ka talaga makikita sa likod. This one is still enclosed, wala ka talaga makikita sa environment mo, but with the use of the camera, okay, makikita mo pa rin yung nasa paligid mo. Pero at the same time, it's computer generated na. Okay, so hindi na talaga siya galing mismo sa likod, pero galing na siya mismo sa camera mismo. Okay. So how it works, of course, we have the two LCDs right here. Okay, and then let's say we can have two cameras also, or one only. Okay, and then on whatever is being captured, it will be processed onto our computer or sa mismong device na to. Okay, and then ayun, it will be rendered something like this. Okay, merging of real images with computer generated images. Okay, so ito mismo yung nakikita nung neto sa harapan. Okay. And then how mixed reality works, of course, mixed reality use a projector for displaying images on semi-transparent materials. So yung iba, I think para pa rin siyang augmented reality. Okay. Pwede siguro niyang gawing mismong black yung screen, and then you can experience as a virtual reality. Okay. Because if this one is transparent all throughout, then this one is just augmented reality, since you're still seeing the outer world. Okay, so mixed reality hardware. So the cutting edge paradigm shift into MR has been made possible with the Microsoft HoloLens. So I think ito yung isa sa mga feature ng HoloLens, kung bakit siya nag-edge sa iba na device. So this one is a combination of augmented reality and then virtual reality. Okay, so you can use this one for VR or AR, or pwedeng sabay. Okay, so it is a headset that allows its user to overlay holograms from virtual worlds on top of a regular old reality. Okay, and then the headset consists of two rings, an outer thicker plastic ring that contains guts and an inner, and then thinner ring that wraps around your head. So dalawang layer yung ano natin, uh, let's say LCD. Okay, so the first one is maybe to provide the augmented reality, and then the second one is for virtual reality. So parang gagawin yung black yung screen mo sa labas, and then yung first LCD will serve as augmented reality or VR at the same time for you to be able to experience mixed reality. So final words, mixed reality is the next step in human or computer environment interaction and uncovers possibilities that before now existed only in our imaginations. Okay, so we have three applications of mixed reality. We have the interactive product content management or IPCM, and then we have the simulation based learning or SBL, and then lastly we have the military training. So in this interactive content product content management, so this is any application that you can develop using this IPCM, okay, or application na to or ang tool na to. Okay, so in here, moving from static product catalogs to interactive 3D smart digital replicas. So, isa sa mga nakita ko na 3D digital replicas is, for example, kapag tumingin ka dito sa, let's say, sa skeletal na to, it can provide you the body. So, parang siyang sa triso, ano ba yung kanina, yung may sungay. So, para siyang ganun. O para siyang may skeletal lang na nakikita outside, and then at the same time, magiging 3D smart digital replica sa siya, or pwede siyang gumagalaw or pwedeng hindi. Okay? Or actually maraming pwedeng paggamitan eh. Pwedeng yung can, okay, pwede kang mag-develop ng design, okay, on a blank can. So yung literal na can, yung inuman. So mga ganun. Okay? And then solution consists of application software products with scalable model. So that's for IPCM. And then the last two is most likely the same with what we have in augmented reality and then virtual reality. So ganun pa rin, meron tayong for medicational uh, thing. Okay, we're in moving from e-learning to S-learning state of the art in knowledge transfer for education or simulation VR-based training interactive experiential learning. So, ito, nagsasimulate lang siya kung paano siguro i-operate yung patient. Okay, so ganun din yung iba, and so on and so forth. So, for uh, simulations. And then the last one is a military training. So, same pa rin naman siya. Okay. Kung I'll say this is a map, okay, and then with the use of augmented reality, you can superimpose those. And then at the same time, siguro may mga additional uh, background images na nakikita, okay, using a virtual reality. Okay, so this one is with the use of head mounted display also. Okay, so pwedeng HoloLens or pwedeng yung iba din. So to make it uh, real quick, when it comes to example of mixed reality, just combine those two. Okay, actually, kung ano man yung na-experience mo sa augmented reality, and then kung ano man yung ma-experience mo sa virtual reality, pwede mong ma-experience sa mixed reality. Sometimes, iisa nga lang yun eh. Okay, so parang, for example, ito, isa lang yung nakikita nito, augmented reality lang talaga. Okay, kasi meron pa rin siyang interaction on the outer world. So, the same with this one. So, augmented reality pa rin to kasi meron pa rin siyang nakikita sa outer world. Okay, so yung virtual reality, okay, maybe it's just an addition wherein to, or just another feature wherein to enhance their viewing angle. Okay, And then, as a conclusion, mixed reality represents a new and digitally expansive experience. Leading businesses have already begun experimenting and iterating new ways to embed this advanced technology into business processes and employee workflows. So it will be important to incorporate lessons learned from mobility, virtual reality, and augmented reality into the overall experience of blending the visualization of complex data with the physical world. And then here are my references. And then that's it for those three modules.